with a $500
US dollar.
yes, that's about 6.7.
Mm.
I had made 100,000 with one trade.
US dollars.
Yes, no, 100,000 pula. That's 10,000
from 6
from
points
500
from
USD.
Yeah, which is about 6 point something.
Yes, with a single trade.
Ah,
A single trade, as in like, you know,
within 24 hours.
no, within some few minutes. We don't disclose the amounts of money we make. Like,
People keep quiet about it.
yes,
So people make huge amounts, but they're just quiet.
a lot
Mm.
of money. Mehela disclosing it no net ya motho o ke boka, because it fluctuates. It fluctuates based on that particular month, that particular week. Ga se selo se le gore might be fixed. Reads or a particular businessman makes so and so net in a day kana in normalating ale kae.
Yeah, that's another downside I was going to ask
Exactly.
you, whether it's stressful, whether it can affect your mental health.
Emotionally it can, because if you don't take it as I am taking it, yaka ke tsaya le career yana, ke tsaya le social or ke itse gore se jesa bana. If one takes it as something se le gore batla go ipona re boom, they're going to keep on losing money. They're going to keep on donating money to the broker, and then at the end someone is broke, because they'll be taking it as gambling. They'll be taking it as gambling.
This is Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. We enthuse, we energize, we inspire, and we empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes in BW and beyond. Dumela, and once again, welcome to another great episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. Thank you for keeping us going. Now it's more than 5 years that we've been running this podcast, and it's a wonderful podcast indeed. And I have life-changing business information as usual. We're going to talk about all things all things having to do with Forex trading. I've told the young entrepreneur that I'll be interviewing that I'm a bit of a skeptic, that I have my doubts about Forex, but nevertheless, I'm very curious to learn how the whole thing works. And I'll be approaching this whole thing with conversation with healthy skepticism, and I'm hoping to learn as much as I can. On your behalf, I'll be asking pertinent questions, but do me the honor of just subscribing. Strike that subscribe button. If you can, hit the notification bell and like this content as well. That's the only way we can cope with these algorithms. And as you can see, we have a book, Momp Nuggets of Grit. It only retains for 360 pula. Please be kind enough to get yourself a copy here at Mogobe Plaza. Only 360 pula. That's what it retails for. I share my life story, and it's one way of trying to cover the costs of this podcast, which are not exactly insignificant, believe me. Having said that, let's get on to our conversation. My guest is Mr. Moatshe. I'm going to invite him to give his full name and his credentials and his background. Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mogobe.
Yes.
And it's my pleasure go ntaletsa ka kwano. And ke lebogela gone gore in this dinako tse re le mo go tsone tse leng gore I see a lot of Batswana ba na le dipotso tse dintsi in regards of the Forex markets. So yo buang mo ke Phenyo Moatshe. I am a gentleman from Matubudukwana ha Khatleng.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Ke na le dingwaga ya la di le 37. I am married sale ke tsaya bana ka 2011 since ke le bo 24 years. So my karabelo a tenyana mo go nna mo. I have started my journey ya Forex ka 2016. That's when I started trading the financial markets. Ke na le dingwaga di le 8 ke ntse ke le mo Forex markets. And ke bono go tshwanela gore with the knowledge that I have, ke nne le academy, ke nne le sekolo se leng gore ke kopana le Batswana, ke buisana le Batswana, ke ruta Batswana, ke ba guide in these financial markets, looking at the fact that there's so much going on this industry. in terms of gone go scamiwa, in terms of lacking knowledge on what is exactly about forex trading. So it is my privilege to be here, and I'm here to answer potso nngwe le nngwe le gore le lona go gae le ne le ipotsa gore e ka botswa yang ebile e ka arabiwa yang. Ke dumela gore dipotso tse le gore Mr. Mogobe o tla tla ka tsone ke tsone tse le gore le lona le di ipaakanyeditse ko lapeng.
Okay, before we talk about the forex trading itself, share a little bit on the academic background side.
The academic background, ga e kalo. I do not have a degree. I do not have a diploma. Ke motho ya loheletseng ka form 5 ko GSS. But I managed to get into a field e leng gore it is more onto economics. It is more onto, you know, fundamentals of economics, getting to understand the foreign affairs. Ke tsone dilo tse le gore in forex markets ra di tlhoka ebile motho o tshwanetse ra ne le kitso ya tsone gore a tla kgone a rekise madi a mahatshe a sele. So it's something se le gore one does not need to be qualified in terms of sekolo kana the academics. So ha o na le kitso ha e leng ra go inela o kgona go dira di research based on the data tsa mahatshe a mangwe. This is something se le gore I would give an example ka bo di bureau de change, though they do it manually. Ha ona le $100 wa gago wa go mo change ko bureau de change. So se se botlhokwa ke gona gore ke le fa yone kitso eo ya gore how do you get to understand the financial markets, how do you trade, what is needed for someone go ka tsena mo the forex markets.
Tell me how you started, what sparked the interest?
Okay. Ka 2016, my mother-in-law, she's one of the victims ba e leng gore ba kile ba skemiwa ka di pyramid schemes. Pyramid schemes, I'll give you an example. The recent one e kileng ya senyetsa batho mo Botswana e ne ile ya Ecoplex. That is a pyramid scheme. It is not something related to forex trading, because in forex trading, like I did mention, pyramid scheme e ya eco batho na ba tsaya madi a bone ba go a tshela go mo maranyaneng ba sa itse go ba isang teng, ba sa itse go ra go go mang, because they needed to see themselves ba dira quick money. And mo lehatsheng tota there's no way how motho a ka humang kana motho a ka itirelang botshelo botoka. Ga gona shortcut to wealth. You need to learn, you need to have skills and experience to venture into building wealth. So the pyramid scheme, they're still there. I still see Botswana ba tsaya madi a bone ba isa go online, di number tsa batho ba sa ba itseng go te ba tradeela go irwa eng. But that's something se le gore I am here to make Botswana aware gore we need information, we need knowledge to venture in the forex market.
You're still telling me gore after your mother-in-law was scammed, what happened?
Last as na go scamiwa, and then abaka ke batla go ithuta gore okay, what happened, how did go diragetse yang o file motho madi a ro mo direlang, and ke be ke simola ke research getting to find out gore no, but what she was doing in a pyramid scheme. She did not get her funds a tsenya mo brokering and trade. Rather, she just gave motho madi e be go ta invite batho gore ba tle ba kgobokane go no, and then ba solofetswa madi a la ene gore gongwe ga ayo. So that's how I started getting ke batla go ithuta gore go iragalang ka forex until ke iphitlhela ke le mo seemo se ke le mo go sone, where I'm an independent trader, and with the knowledge that I have, the knowledge that I've passed to most of Botswana.
So how much money did they steal from her?
I think that was 20,000 by then. Like there were a lot of people in that.
What were you doing before that? What business were you in?
I do have a minerals permit ko Matubudukwane ya gravel and pit sand. So kansela Matubudukwane ha dira di tiro tsa ditsela, they do get the gravel from my side. So ke na le barrow pit, ba bitsa barrow pit.
Yeah.
So
that has been keeping you going.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what are the biggest challenges one faces when you get into this space?
Onto the financial markets.
Forex trading, yeah.
Yes. San tlahela se ke se lemogile mo batswaneng, they don't want to learn, they don't want to make research before they engage mo forexing. A lot of batswana ba batla go tradelwa something se leng gore it has affected them, something se leng gore it has made them lose their money. So ke bona go tshwanela gore
Why are they impatient?
I believe so. I believe that with the kind of DMO tse re nang le tsone, we understand ra sokola, we understand DMO di thata, di salary gongwe di ka tswa di sa kgone go fitlhella di keletso tsa rona. And then they get to say, okay, let's find a quicker way to make money. Forex is not a quicker way to make money. Forex is a career. It's a career that one has to have knowledge, one has to understand gore there are losses just like any other business.
So how did you transition from being a beginner to be quote unquote successful trader?
Well, I did ke gopola nako nngwe ha ene mosadi mogolo ke bua ka ene a ba nkisa sekolong ko reng o mongwe a re nthuta forex. He charged me 1.5 and only to find out that honana whatever sena se nthuta was the basics tse leng gore one can get more YouTube, like free things. I even bought the tse leng gore le mo Play Store one can get for free. That is a mentality the forex scammers have. Jano go tswa ho I did not I ga ka kana le keletso ya go ithuta gope ke ne ka bona go tshwanela gore in the forex markets go na le di chart.
So this 1.5 he taught you for how long?
5 days. He taught me for 5 days, but I never got any sepela selo or sena sa nkisa gope. So I had to make research myself. I had to get to understand what drives the financial markets by getting information, because in the forex industry they are driven by 5 components of the fundamentals tse di tshwanang bo employment, interest rate, consumer
Sentiment.
yes, the gross domestic product, the retail sales. Those are the things tse leng gore di busa lefatshe ke tsone dilo tse leng gore if le dila lefatshe le wa kana le palama ke tsone tse di drivang dilo tse dintsalo. So as a forex trader you need to have a bit of knowledge kana kitso regarding dilo tse go tshwana le tseo.
And which market are you studying? Is it all the markets?
I'm studying the forex markets.
Yeah, which specific markets? New York, London, Botswana?
London markets. I'm studying 8.
8, yeah.
That is GBP, USD, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Swiss franc ke tsa ke la itse gore ke ngwe ya mafatshe a leng gore currency ya teng ga nke e tshwenyega gantsi. It's very stable. And then there is Japanese yen, there is euro. So those 8 ke tsone tse le gore I'm more based mo go tsone currencies tsa teng.
So what are the key mentors or guiders for this and if or resources that guide you when you are starting?
Okay, so how simolla sa ntlha ke gone to find a reputable broker. Like speaking of a broker, I tend to believe that mo Botswana we don't have a broker bo e leng gore ke ba forex. So we do use international brokers ba e leng gore madi a rona ra ba ko teng and coming to buy and sell.
Who are these international brokers?
I do use a broker bo bidiwang Xness. That
Xness.
is Xness. EXNESS. It's a broker from Cyprus. Cyprus is one country gore e tumile thata in terms of brokers. So Xness is the broker that I trade with. Xness is the broker that in this 8 years ke ntse ke khona go ntsha madi a me ko teng ke a tlisa kwane without any dingalo dipe.
And what is it? I mean, what is the skill set that you need to be a successful trader?
Okay, you need to understand 3 things in forex. That is only the fundamentals, like I did mention, and then we also have technical analysis. I'm just going to give an example. They would make forecasts looking at so in forex we do that, but using technical charts. The previous performance of the currencies. So in something that I need to mention, in Forex, there are two currencies paired. Kora ha se gore ke rekisa euro e ntse yalo. Ke be ke tsere euro ke ba bapisa le di la America, and then after doing my analysis ke ka kgona go bona gore mme ha euro gore ya wa e be ke kgona go e rekisa, but ha ile gore ya palama against America ke gone nka kgona go e reka.
What's a thing called, I've come across, called fundamental analysis? What is that?
Fundamental analysis, like I just mentioned, say for example, consumer price index. Speaking of consumer price index, I will work inflation in general. Like inflation is something that drives the economy of lefatshe. So if the inflation, I'm going to give you an example with inflation here, America, it's at 3.1, and the Americans by let's go 2% by September.
Maybe it will help Kamala Harris get elected.
Possibly, maybe. And then, Hagontalo, we also look at the interest rate. Interest rate of the Americans, so the about interest rate, the inflation rate. It's on it, the buyer, Lidila Lehate, either go class can go dim. The Americans, I'm gonna give an example of Americans because I follow more card America. I trade more of American dollar pairs. So on the consumer price index, the inflation. Ha e le go dithoto di go godimo, ditlhwatlhwa tsa dithoto di go godimo. Rona ba jibareki ha re kgone go ka reka because madi a rona ba tlhaela. We need to see the inflation dropping down for the economy kind for that particular currency to do well. So if the inflation is high in that particular currency trader, we are then going to have to sell it fundamentally really tsamaiso ya lefatshe la teng in regards of the inflation.
Do you have a trading philosophy?
As in,
and what is your trading philosophy? The way you approach, how do you approach the Forex market?
Okay, the Forex market, e batla like my good psychology. You need to have that, you shouldn't have hunger. Like a lot of people that come to me, they want to get the last money they have. Say for example 100 pula, what 10,000 pula, because they have seen a lot of youngsters in Forex trading, 10,000 pula in a
claiming
day.
To have done it. We don't know if they've done it.
Yes, you might say claiming, but I know it's possible to make, one trade can change your life. That one I can guarantee you. It's possible. But with risk,
100 pula turn into 100,000. I mean to 10,000.
With high risk. With high risk and knowledge. A lot of people Forexing, they're going to find the same thing. They forget that this is just a business, this is just a career. It's only career. There are losses. If you did not do your analysis well, then there's no way how you can get profits in the financial markets.
Okay. Can you give an example of someone who's made serious money in Forex?
In Forex?
Forex trading.
Like
how did they do it?
Locally or internationally?
Both.
Okay. There's a man, if you can research, there's a man called George Soros. Yes, sir.
He's a billionaire, that one.
He is a billionaire.
Can you call him a Forex trader? He's more
broke,
like a...
He broke the Bank of England.
Yes.
Trade.
Yes.
He's one of the top and historical traders in the world. Baba, yes, I might not say Kamaina, but Naila, I cannot say I'm successful. I'm still pushing to become successful. But in terms of knowledge in Forex, in terms of knowing when to sell a currency, when to buy a currency, I'm at a stage where I can confidently say...
Why do you prefer to teach people instead of becoming proficient and successful yourself first?
The reason why I chose to take this route of teaching people, it's because of my background. It is because of where I come from. It is because of what I've experienced in life. A lot of people ba sokola. I love my country so much. But there is a way. We are living in a fifth generation. Sometimes we don't need hard labor gore re kgone re be phaletše mo tafoleng. We are living in a world where trading, where buying currencies online can be and sustain your life. I have a lot of youngsters ba ile gompieko ko dikolong ba go padile ko ditirong go padile ba tsoga ba tlhola mo di hoteleng ba tlhola ko malapeng ba trader ebile some of them bana le mantlu ba rekile with the forex money.
Oh,
Yes sir, I can name a few. Mehela batswana go ba tloga ba ba sela morago ba go seka but definitely they are, and I'm sure of that. Le nna hela ke leng teng ha, I am where I am. I'm not saying I'm successful.
well, you're getting there. You can
yes,
afford to pay the
buy my
rent,
kids
the rent
Silverlining.
Mogobe Plaza.
Yes sir.
Yeah.
So I tota thotloetso wa mehela mo batswaneng ke gone gore we need to learn. We need to master the art of forex trading. Re mise go tradelwa ke batho.
Tell me about risk and risk management. What's a real risk, and how do you manage it?
Okay. Speaking of risk management, re bua ka mo e leng goreng ke tla be ke na le madi a leng gore I've invested in the financial markets. I'm going to give an example, maybe ka $100. Ha ke na le $100, there is a possibility ya goreng ha gona le, you know, in forex gona le calendar e bontshang gore ka la bokana gona le dikgang kana report e leng gore maybe ya ma interest rate, gore say for example ma America ba tle ba fa report e bontsha gore no interest rate ya bone ba go tlogela ile high leng teng kana ya go go tlase kana ya go go godimo. So as forex traders we analyze that. If motho a tsena hela sa analyzer o gore go iphitlhelela gore if the interest rate goes down, it affects the currency of that particular lefatshe. And if gongwe motho a sa gona mo forex go na le tse di bidang bo di stop loss. The stop loss is where you make your analysis o bo ipolela gore ha e tsena at this particular price, then it won't be going your direction because it's all about buying and selling in the forex market. So if you don't put a stop loss, you might find yourself madi a gago wa lositse through trading. And remember, trading ke bua ka motho a itirela as an individual go sa tsenya madi wa neele se mamang a go direla. Seo ke sone se le gore ke le ka go khanna batswana. The reason why ke ruta ke gone gore ke batla gore batswana ba
What is the danger of giving your money to someone instead of doing it yourself?
Santlhaela, Bank of Botswana does not regulate forex trading. Sa bobedi ga go letlele gore ka tsa madi wa neela motho o mongwe a go tradela. That is wrong.
Is it illegal?
It's illegal. It's illegal because ha go ntsalo ka moso ha tsoga a jile kana tsoga gore a re wa a jile mo marketing, you might not have proof. So it's best gore motho a itirele a ipulela account with a reputable broker like I did mention and start learning how to trade.
So what are the most common misconceptions? I've told you that I put on my WhatsApp. In fact, all my social media status, I've said no forex. The reason I've said that is that people have scammed others using my name, claiming to be me.
Okay.
So I've put it clearly that no forex, no crypto. So I want to hear it from you as someone who's now teaching people. What are the common misconceptions about forex?
Okay. Senka se buang hela ke gone goreng are le keng go emisa go dila le batho ba ileng gore ha re ba itse kana go dila le batho ba ileng gore ba tswa ko ntle ga lefatshe la rona. A lot of people ba iphitlhela ba le mo diemong tsone tsa go scamiwa because ba be ba communicate le batho ba ile gore ba itse. Nna ke le Phenyo yana ke le ngwana motswana ke le Phenyo. You have everything that it takes to see me, to meet up with me nako le nako ha o batla go tsena mo dithutong kana o batla dithuso dipe. So go botlhokwa goreng ha o tsena mo forexing, don't just go in because you need money. Try go deep and research and know gore go tlhokagana leng to avoid o iphitlhela madi a gago se itse kwa tsena.
So when you do trading yourself,
yes, I
but
do
you also
trading.
teach, so you do both?
Yes, sir, I do trade for myself.
Okay.
Yes, I do trade for myself. I even trade with those that I teach. gone mo ko eleng gore ke office ya me, I do have 5 guys that I taught, and they are now teaching people how to trade. They are now mentors, and that ba phakela mo officing maitsebo ba tsama ba ko lapeng ele forex ha ga tanteng.
So you teach online?
Or
it's one-on-one?
It's physical, and I also have one-on-one, early online.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I also host seminars. This past year, ne re le ko GICC, re hosted a seminar. This 24th, re le ko Francis Town. Re ntse re ruta. Sa rona ke go ruta batswana ka forex. Ba re duela ra duela gore be rutiwa, ha re ruti mahala. Yes, sir. The knowledge is very prestigious.
Is it based on a commission system? How do they pay you based on the returns they make from the trading?
No, they pay for my skill. They pay for the knowledge I'm giving them. Le mo course ya rona, it takes 5 weeks. Jaaka ke ruta yana. And mo 5 weeks mo, I make sure that ha ke kgaogana le motho wa ba setsa le an independent trader. A kgona go itirela le mmenyana with the knowledge that I shared with.
Without mentioning names, can you give example of successful students you've had and what they've done?
Okay, I do have the first student ke sa bui leina la gagwe. I did teach him, and he ona le kgatlhego thata on trading a pair e bidwang BTC USD. That is a crypto and USD. And he's about 25 years. He was not employed. As we speak, ona kwa nanteng kwa gagwe o khona ona le koloi ya gagwe, o reka dijo, o rekela bana ba gagwe dijo using forex trading. Just more messaging wa me gompe mo WhatsApp. There was one that I met ka 2018. O leng gore as we speak, he has a house go block 10, he has a house go block 7, he has a farm go side tsa bogakuto. Ele khang ya forex trading. And that ka bogone hela, it motivates me to keep on giving and sharing knowledge e ke na le yone ka forex trading.
Now, I told you that a lot of scams. I gave you an example.
Yes, sir.
And you gave another example. Why is this in this area? There seems to be little regulation or policing. Because these bad apples are obviously damaging your reputation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is something I read an article this past week in a bua gore NBFIRA, they're considering go tsamaisa forex trading, because obviously ga re duele tax, like the money that we make from forex trading, we don't pay tax. And gongwe ha ne e regulatilwe sentle, le lefatshe la rona le ka kgona go anywa sengwe in terms of the returns that we make from the financial market by regulating it. So
in other countries, but dual tax forex.
Yes, for example, South Africa, they do pay tax. They do.
It's regulated.
It's regulated. Yes.
Now, in terms of an average day in this business, do you spend the whole day staring at the computer screen, or how does it work?
No, we don't spend the whole day, but it depends, because it depends on the analysis. You may make an analysis big, like on a Sunday you'll get on your chart on your computers, analyze from Monday to Friday obana market wa go dira yang. And then on Monday, as market opens, because the market they open from Monday to Friday, so Monday you can execute your order and get your target by Friday. The order. Those are swing traders. You can be a swing traders. You can trade over a month, over weeks, holding a trade. And then there are those Baba Bidu and the scalpers. The scalpers, yes, they'll the charts, they are waiting for opportunities. For people who are working, it's somehow so challenging.
And I don't understand why you see why people find it so easy to use forex. what makes people so gullible when it comes to Forex? I know we touched on it, or people want overnight success. People want to go from 0 to 100 overnight.
Exactly.
But still, I want to know the psychology behind it, and maybe after you've explained that, you can advise somebody how to fight against that impulse.
Yes, it's deep, Mr. Mogobe. It's very deep on how we as people get to think. You know, I understand we have been hit by the itholelo, mathata itholelo, and mongwe le mongwe o eletsa go bona go le botoka mo botshelong. And the fact that majority of dilo tse di diragalang in the world, kana mo lefatshe la Botswana, the popular people in social media, we tell a lot of the Forex traders, they splash money. Forex traders, they buy the quality and they rent
on Instagram.
Exactly. So go mo ha motho antsa bona go diragala o nna le khatlego ya gore gongwe le ena ka ipana le ho ke gona e leng gore motho ipitlela le gore o etse ka le mena teng by wanting to, you know, fix botshelo ba gago, because like honestly we are going through a lot of people are going through a lot, and we need money. We are in debt, re mo dikolotong, bana ga ba tshele sentle, batsadi ga ba tshele sentle. We need something to fix this, and employment idingalo at this stage harlenteng go tlela like the rate at which the employment rate ile mo go yone, not only mo Botswana hela, globally. So homo it's quite stressa, and we always want to find something selore se ka re berekela. And yes, I'm not going to deny this, Forex can be a way. Forex is not can be a way, it is a way. But we need knowledge.
But can you become a multi-millionaire through Forex?
Most definitely.
You can?
You can.
Okay.
Umotsele. Yes.
And tell me, what is the biggest day trade you've made? Is there a particular day when you made a killing? If so, how much was it?
I'm shy to share the digits. Mela, I do have about in my community group, I do have about 400 people who trade with me. Trade with me as a like, whatever I advise, whatever I say, okay, fine, let's sell this. Let's buy gold. Let's buy Euro USD. We do that together. And the results, that thing, they're going to watch this podcast and they're going to spread it. Because whatever I'm saying here, it's something that they have experienced. It's something that a lot of messages on my WhatsApp, I've seen people.
What sort of figures? I'm interested in knowing numbers.
Mr. Mogobe,
I need validation. Otherwise, we're just talking theory here.
Okay, with a $500
US dollar.
Yes, that's about 6.7. I had made 100,000 with one trade.
US dollars.
Yes, no, 100,000 pula. That's 10,000 from 500 USD.
Yeah, which is about 6 point something.
Yes, with a single trade. A single trade, as in like, you know,
within 24 hours.
No, within some few minutes. In fundamentals. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to explain about fundamentals. You know, fundamentals, they move the market. Like, speaking of interest rate, you know, if the interest rate report etswa, if tsikinya lidila lefatshe, like in Forex, the pips are movements. Like, say for example, BWP, it's exchange rate, that thing, one pula is equivalent to 26, one rand 26 on average.
Yeah.
High interest rate is say for example, South Africa, e khona go ntsha one pula e be dira gore nne 1 rand 34. So from 126 to 134, that movement, that exchange rate difference, is huge. It's huge, and if you bought it using a higher volumes, kind of higher lot size, you can be able. It's risky, but you can be able to make such, and that has happened. And like I do have a Forex trading account with history. The good thing about Forex, history.
Yeah.
Yes, analyst statements is for all your trades.
But the scammers sometimes use that. It's very fake. I get it.
Yes, they do use. Let's time about it. There is like you find how more Facebook they would open the page, but there's some my details. They would get the signals that I give to fellow citizens and use them. Go. So in Forex, there's a lot of scamming.
What are signals?
Signals is when more giving forecast, giving ideas of how the currency would perform in the coming days or coming hours. A prediction, yes.
You give it in one form.
Yes, sir.
What form does it take, those signals?
Signals, that thing, after doing the technical analysis, like I said, I'm going to give an example like Euro and USD. You pair them. You trade Euro against the dollar. Because if the value of the Euro is going up, it drives you against the same. Be it geopolitical, be it the fundamentals on the gross domestic product. If the euro value is against the dollar, that's when we buy the euro against the dollar. And then by buying, we gain profits as the euro value is it's an exchange rate.
Speaking of geopolitics, we know that there's a war in
The US,
Ukraine,
and
of course there's a war in Gaza.
Yes, sir.
How do you use these wars to make money
In the markets.
or how the geopolitics generated by these wars? For instance, when IDF kills 70 Palestinians,
Yes, sir.
and when Putin's army brings down a building full of people, like,
Yes.
does that affect the fundamentals?
Definitely it does.
And if so, how?
Definitely. Let me give an example. The 2011 September 11 thing, incident. We saw gold. You know that more I get or more but koma hatseng a mangwe o kgona go save in gold, or save in currencies. So there is a pair called gold US dollar. That's a metal versus the American dollar. So gold love wars.
Gold loves wars.
Yes. Every time I want to lead DMO, you'll see the price of gold going up. Why? Because they consider it a safe haven. Like currencies that are easily shaken by incidents. Compare on a particular lefatse, Ribona currency I think you well class. So investors would get their money to a safer currency, to a safer world. But mostly, but there is a gold as a safe haven.
So has anybody made money out of the war in I was asking specifically about Ukraine and Gaza?
Yes, but mostly the Russian currency and the Ukraine currency we don't trade. Looking at the fact that I did mention the 8 developed countries that we are more based in. So Russian Maryland yako Russia and nothing.
Ukraine.
Yes, yako Ukraine le Russia. We saw la Russia lewa because of the sanctions then the dragala from the US and stuff. The Russian currency e cripple go hela ka yona. Ka mabaka ona ntoe. And then do tswana body politics. Give an example ka the recent political event in South Africa. When the voting was on, we saw the rand going down. Like we saw $1 being equivalent to around 18 rands 90 something. That was because people, investors, they do not have nabasa dumelo gore go diragalang nabasna sepese ba rotloetsang gore let's keep investing mo lefatsheng because they did not know who would be the first president. They did not know gore ke mang wa go nang ditlhopha a gontsalo. They tend to be to pull out. They don't invest more on that particular country. Since
2016, have you yourself suffered significant losses while trading, and if so, what happened and how did you handle it?
Most definitely. Kanako ya the COVID. Kanako ya Corona 2019, 2020. The markets were unstable. the markets were unstable and we experienced the loss. O khona go dira analysis. Ebe say for example president ala fatshe lengwe ebe ka commenta ka sengwe kana etsa tshwetso nngwe, that may change the character the particular currency.
So what did you experience? How much you lost and how did it happen?
Well, our losses, I always make sure that we secure them without having to lose everything.
Through what? Stop loss?
The stop loss, yes. So, yes, we did have some losses. We managed to, make... I'm at a stage where I don't fund my Forex trading account. Whatever I'm trading, it's from the profits that I've covered and that I've made. So my broker account ya broker, it's out of the profits that I've made in trading. And yes, every week, I make sure so
you take trading. Profits every week?
Exactly.
Or every day?
No, every week. Yes, I'll get a little, based on how the market were on that particular
I'm just concerned
week.
About the physical amount of time that one has to spend trading, waiting for opportunities. How long does it take on a typical day?
Opportunities are always there. All we need to do is understand the market sessions.
Could you sit there from 8 to 5 or you spend 1 hour and go? How does it work?
You do your analysis, you execute an order and leave it for the whole day. Mention or there is a scalpers, one of the scalpers, they always want to be on the chart trading. They can just execute an order on Monday.
What's a scalper?
A scalper is a trader who trades physically
for long hours.
No, for short period of time, like every 15 minutes. Marketing, availability, the opportunity in the markets. Yes.
And you don't believe in that yourself?
I believe in
in scalping.
I don't do scalping. I do more of swing trading.
Why do you choose swing trading as opposed to scalping?
Personally, like I always look for bigger things. I just had this mindset of looking for bigger opportunities and being patient, seeing the trades running.
So you haven't specified, when you say you've suffered losses, you mean hundreds of thousands or you mean?
No, less than 50,000.
Yeah, yes. In one day?
No, not in one day. Like if I'm to generalize on more amount, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what mistakes do you see a lot of people making in this space? I mean, other traders.
Risk.
What do you mean?
Risking, like ga ke na madi a go duela rent ko lapeng. Ke na le 200 pula. Ke batla go bona 200 pula a ntiretse 3.5. Gono ho the volumes that I'm going to be using to trade, ke dira di volumes tse le gore ke a itse di ka kgona go nkisa gono ko 3.5 ngana go 5,000, and it increases the risk of me losing money because ke trader ke se patient, ke trader ke sa consider psychology, ke sa consider gore gona di loss in the financial markets.
So what did you say is the curriculum that is covered in your courses when you train people?
The course time di na le gone psychology, trading psychology, gona le fundamental analysis, technical analysis, market sentiment, and risk management. That's what I cover.
Okay. You said fundamental analysis and what analysis?
Market sentiments, technical analysis.
Yeah, I want to know the difference between fundamental analysis and technical analysis.
Okay.
What is the difference?
Okay. In the Forex market, there's trading platforms where you can see charts moving. So in that
all these
chart,
fluctuations on the screen.
Yes, there is a platform, Ebidua MetaTrader, MetaTrader app. Looking at the previous performance of a particular currency, we sit and analyze looking at how the price action gore e tsamaile yang, so we expect it gore ha ile gore ene ile ha ka mosore expect gore be ile ko, doing that by plotting and analyzing mo charting. And then fundamentals ke tsone tse leng gore they are more based in economic events.
Okay.
Tsone tse di tshwanang bo di unemployment rate, tsone tse di tshwanang bo di inflation rate, tse leng gore they do play a major role in the financial markets.
Are there any other aha moments that you've encountered when you said, Magda, this thing is good, that you are willing to share?
Yes, most definitely. In my trading career, like the broker that I'm using, the XNES broker, they approached me, can you partner with us? There are thousands of brokers in the world, thousands of brokers, and like one has to select a reputable broker. They have interest in getting to know deeper. They should research about the broker that I'm talking about. As I'm speaking, I am partnering with XNES. Like, if
they're based where, in the UK, US?
In Cyprus.
In Cyprus, you said.
I've been there. I've been to the headquarters. Last year, December, and I'm so glad because this is because of Forex trading and the skill that I have acquired on my Forex journey.
So what did you find in Cyprus?
Like having to be in a place I've never been before, meeting people, successful people through Forex trading.
Or was it a conference?
Naba celebrate their 15 years as a broker.
So they met their top performers or what?
Yes. Then they invited me. I'm the first, I believe there will be more, but I'm the first person who will go XNES headquarters, go Cyprus and meet up with those directors, meeting up with other traders.
They invited because they were impressed with your results or what?
Exactly. Like everything was covered. Flight, tickets, accommodation, just because of the performance that I do, the services that I provide to Batwell or Bat trader using the broker.
They are not like a franchise, is it?
No, they are not franchise.
So how do they work with you?
Speaking of partnership, introducing broker, like having to be responsible for people trading with such broker, and you get spread. Spread is the commission. If you are using that particular broker, you get charged. Say for example, for Euro USD, you find that they charge 10 pips for motaba trader ka broker abate. So
10 basis points.
Yes.
Those are pips.
Pips, yes sir. But they charge 10 pips. So not as a partner, that 10 pips that they charge, I do have a share. More thing. Not in my deal traders kanayang. They do pay me balibelete those percentage shares to the pips. My karabelo ami kele kakwano ke gona gore if motho tlhokana le go itse ka XNES, I'm the one to give knowledge. Ha motho batla go itse gore go iragala eng ka broker go ngana le dipotso tsa batlang go dibotsa. I'm the person responsible to making sure that I give such information here in Botswana.
Knowing what you know now, if you're going to go back to 2016, what advice would you give your younger self when you started in this business?
We should approach Forex as a career. The first thing we need to do is to gain knowledge.
Initially, you were not approaching it as a career.
There's this language that there's no way how money can just fall from heaven without any effort. We need to.
If you had known that, what would you have done differently? Or it's a career now. Much more than you did when you started.
Exactly. Because I've wasted time trying to trade without knowledge. I've wasted 3 years. In this 8 years, I've wasted 3 years. Yet I did not have that knowledge to do so, to analyze the market, to get to understand how the fundamentals work, to get to understand how the sentiments work. I just jumped in and I lost, and I've learned the hard way. So
You
this is
lost
something
about how much?
I would lose. I remember my loss was when I told my wife, we were renting by then, go block 5. Reduela 3.5. That was a medium cost. Then I told her on that particular day, the Great British Pound kana ba kwa mamsarinyana bana banza report your interest rate. Remember, I just told you that when the interest rate report comes, the market jumps. I told you, we are going to buy Great British Pound against the dollar, and I'm going to get this 3.5 and make 7,000 or something. She agreed. She has always had
Yes, your back. She's
my
always
back,
supported
like,
you.
to this day. To this day, we're about 13 years and really, and she has always been my backbone.
Big shout out to
Exactly.
Phenyo Moatshe. Hello, Marma.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Big shout out to you.
Thank you, sir.
Now I'm very skeptical about this business, so I'm learning.
Exactly.
But you have seen people get cleaned up.
Definitely.
And what sort of scenarios? Can you share a few horror stories of what has happened to some of the people in this industry?
In this industry, I remember 2019, there was a particular company or business running Mobotswana. They told people, invest with us, bring your 100,000, bring your 1,000. In 2 weeks, you'll get double of that. But so Forex trading, we don't control the markets. We don't control the fluctuations of the exchange rate. There is no guarantee that in 2 weeks, in 24 hours, one can make 1 million or 1,000.
So you didn't warn people?
I did warn people after experiencing like a lot of people lost. Babang bana ba invested 100,000 by expecting after 2 weeks ba go bona ma 200, and it has left a lot of people with broken hearts. And all I'm trying to do is to mend that, not by trading for them, but by giving them awareness and giving them knowledge in the financial markets.
What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
Seeing people saying, Phenyo, thank you for your knowledge, and having that ability, to have a shelter, to have food. Ili khanya goreng the Forex markets. I've made so and so. I've made so and so. Thank you, sir, for the knowledge that you have gave me. That keeps me going. That I'm the tenant here. In years to come, this whole place, every university, I learn Forex trade in Botswana. I manifest that, and I definitely going to make sure that it happens in years to come.
Is it?
Definitely, sir.
That's interesting.
I'm one person, when it comes to manifesting and making sure that things happen, I definitely do that.
Male, female, who among your students do better? And is there a reason for that?
Males do. Yes.
Males do better.
Males do.
Why do males do better than females?
Females, Santlaila, it's, they have a lot of responsibilities. Talking of the experience that I've seen. Responsibility of making sure that the kids are at school, the kids bajele, wapakela wapela basari ba kholo kana udira ngela. Because Forex needs time. And if you don't have time, ga o khone go ka fitlhela thata mo marketing. That's why in most cases males ele bona ba dominate thata in the Forex markets.
But aren't there a few exceptions? Are there some young ladies who are doing well?
I do have 2 ladies in my office who are trading, who are even teaching people how to trade.
Who are doing well.
They're doing well.
They've done well for themselves.
They're
also
sustaining because of Forex. Ba tsogela mo office ya Forex, ba chase ba lapeng, ba go tlhokomela bana with what Forex has awarded them or rewarded them.
What about internationally? Which countries do well generally, and how is Botswana positioned compared to others?
The Asians. I think the Asians go China, go Japan. Maybe it's because of the population. That are more engaged. Like when it comes to the Japanese or Asian markets, kibuaga kwano highly 2 a.m. Speaking of market session, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Market will active, they circulate about barreka, and that's when money starts circulating. So that's market sessions. So the market session wa Asia, they do more of trading and becoming successful in trading. Even on our neighboring country, South Africa, there are one people in terms of forex trading, a lot of them, they're making a living out of it. And of recent ba kgonne go regulator forex ba lebile gona gore mekana le governmente o tlhokana le gore ba a ka tsenya letseno ka di tax tsa madi a tswang go mahatsheng a sele. Something that I wish in future le rona ka kwano re ka bona gore ka dira yang to consider forex trading as a business, consider forex trading as something sustainable letseno.
One of the biggest downsides about forex is the volatility, that the markets are too volatile.
Exactly.
What do you do about the volatility, or how do you handle it?
We wait for opportunities. We find the right times to buy and sell in the markets. We make sure that we accommodate losses by we always know that this is not only about winning. In every aspect of business there are losses, but we need to know this is the amount of losses I can handle. Risk management, that is something that we apply in these financial markets. Yes, sir.
I don't know, you make it sound like it's
an easy thing.
It's not easy. You make it like it's you make it sound like it's plausible to do well from it. But if it is, how come apart from George Soros, you never hear of forex traders being in the Forbes 400 or the Forbes 1000? Do people ever make it at those levels?
We don't disclose the amounts of money we make. Like
people keep quiet about it.
Yes.
So people make huge amounts, but they're just quiet.
A lot. A lot of money. Mehela disclosing it net because it fluctuates. It fluctuates based on that particular month, that particular week. As might be fixed rates, or a particular businessman makes so and so net in a day in normal.
But banks do it. Banks have divisions that do forex. And are you aware of that?
I'm very aware of that.
Okay. So if banks are doing it, it suggests that it is legal, it's legitimate. But Lebone, they're obviously very quiet about it. Do you interact with them in any way?
It's haribuaga ka di banka. Ya go nna nkare gongwe ga ke bue sentle. Because being a forex trader, you are your own bank. Because we do exactly what banks do. We trade, we sell stocks, we sell currencies, foreign currencies. Now the difference, there is a competition between an individual trader and a bank. The competition is what the bank gives back. If someone saved, and if someone invests, this savings that we do with banks, Rabir investor, and banker will sign a loan or no, I'll get 3%, 7% after 12 months. But we as forex traders, looking
or if you take your money there to a savings account,
exactly,
it's just fixed there.
Fixed there, about 3%.
They are using it for whatever
to make
purpose.
A lot of S. I'm gonna give an example. I'm not gonna name the bank, but there was one competition in the past year, 2 years back, where they save your 1,000 pula for 3 months and stand a chance to win Audi A3. Audi A3 is 260,000 pula. But masses, hundreds of people saved the 1,000 for 3 months. The bank traded, the bank invested, the bank made millions, but only one managed to get out of that competition, out there 260,000. Yet the bank made millions out of that money. Anybody buy baile, we place at la paying or 1,000 to a house for 3 months. But with that 1,000, if you have knowledge, more forexing, I'm gonna give you an example, $100. That is around 1.360 something. Okay, let me just do 10 pula ka letsatsi. That is $1. 10 pula ka letsatsi for 5 days. That is 50 pula. 2 weeks you have $100. Something it's unmatched. How to compare what you can save or fixed in terms of percentages. The 3% you get more polokelo ya bank. You can make at least 10% or 12% when trading without risk. Because we only lose money because re batla go double the account, re batla go tla really 10,000 within a day. Yet motho ana le tlhaloganyo ya gore no me ha ke isa go bankeng I'll make 3% in 6 months. Now why risk when it comes to forex? Why follow the guys ba batlang ka di Ferrari ba tlhomagane ba di kwele maina and the Lambo and wish or no I want to be like these guys. Why don't we be ourselves? Like I mean you
look like a chilled guy.
Ibile ha ke khatlegele lina la director. But that's my position. I'm a director of Land Forex Trading Botswana. But I always want to be amongst
the people.
Yet I know how the knowledge I have can take me level but I don't want to brag. I don't want to have that mindset. No, we forex traders, we are killing it. We are making money. This that. Analysis. We stress. We don't sleep.
That's another downside. I was going to ask you whether it's stressful, whether it can affect your mental health.
Emotionally, it can, because if you don't take it as I am taking it, if one takes it as something, boom, they're going to keep on losing money. They're going to keep on donating money to the broker, and then at the end, someone is broke because they'll be taking it as gambling. They'll be taking it as gambling.
Is it fair to say, from what you are saying, once you control your emotions and you focus on learning, you can be successful?
Exactly. And
it takes time.
And with me, I would say it takes 5 weeks.
5 weeks to do what?
To have a kitso ya go trade.
Suppose I come with you, let's say with 50,000 pula. Suppose I have lots of money. How long would it take with the skills and determination to double that amount?
Onale kitso o trader o bamela risk management.
Yes, or rates advice ya Phenyo Moatshe.
Maximum 2 months. That is 44 days.
You can double
that amount. You can make 100% profit, because it's all about planning.
But you have to invest time.
You have to invest time in...
How much time? Good, I want to know you double, but how much time have you taken?
Into analyzing.
Mm.
You analyze once
a day.
You can analyze once on Sunday, execute your orders on Monday. Friday, you close your profits. You let the trades run the whole week. Like I said, we have scalpers, we have swing traders. So how don't look at the markets every 15 minutes. Don't look at the markets every 20 minutes or 1 hour. That will drain your time. That will...
So in a Sunday only?
Yes, you can make analysis on Sunday. Euro kana dollar.
And then you leave the money there for how many days? 44 days?
44 days, yes. That's
without touching it?
No. Analysis, you can make analysis big. You execute trades on Monday. Friday, you close those trades with profit. The next week, you do analysis. You execute trades for that week. You let them run. Or you might even do it every day. It depends on the time frame. It depends on the flexibility of your time.
There's quite a number of schools. There's Princess of Forex. There's quite a number of other schools like that. Do you work together? Is there any cross-pollination of ideas taking place?
We are different. We don't work together. We approach the market on a different perspectives. Yes, so.
What do you mean?
Like the way we analyze. Analysis, the way we analyze the skill that...
Each school has its own school of thought,
exactly,
so to speak.
How to approach the markets. We approach the market in different ways. Motho o kgona go tsena with the method of trading and not be successful, or keep or the rate at which a losang ka yone e nna ntse go eta, the rate at which a winang ka yone.
So, based on what you told us, it's not good to do it as a side hustle. It's only good to do it as a full-time career for you to benefit properly.
No, well, you can do it as a side hustle. Like I said, I know motho wa bereka 8 to 5. We still have from 5 to do your analysis. We still have weekends, Sunday, to do your analysis. We don't know more baking. Busy. So let me just make my analysis and execute trades Monday morning. And let them run. Lunchtime, you still can do your analysis from 1 to 2. 2 p.m. kwano, yabele 8 a.m. kwa America. Market session wa America wa bobula. One can get an opportunity there, execute a trade. Abata etswala kwa lapeng bosigo.
Okay, what tools does one need to really be successful? What tools does you need to succeed?
Re tlhokana le one kitso, like I said.
I mean physical tools, I mean.
Re tlhokana le gore bona le either phone, smartphone, on a laptop, and then we do
just an iPhone, I guess.
No, Android.
Android, yeah.
Yes, sir. Like any phone, as long as it's a smartphone, Android, iPhone, it can do. House na laptop, still you can trade on the financial
and then
markets.
You need to link yourself to a teacher like yourself.
Exactly.
Or you just go straight.
No, you can't go straight to the markets.
I get what people should do their own trading with your input.
Yes. After getting kitso, that's when motaka venturing into trading, like executing orders.
Okay. All right. I think I get a pretty good idea about what this Forex thing is about. How many traders would you say are in Botswana? There are a lot.
Everyone is trading nowadays. Like everyone is trading. Most especially, yet I believe in the youngsters, the youth. Like I'm gonna give an example. He had to leave. He had to quit school. He had to quit tertiary.
He decided to quit.
He decided.
When you say he had to, you mean someone forced him?
Oh no, he decided to quit tertiary because of Forex.
What happened?
Like the amount of income he made with the skill that I provided. Fine, school I'm gonna have diploma. I got a school as a pause. Kerata school last impaletin. Yes, but the choice that he made and what I see from the youngsters,
so he's doing well?
He is doing well. He's onale kwananteng. Like he's doing the best he can. And even the youngsters that I see,
just using a smartphone.
That's just using a smartphone and knowledge to buy and sell in the Forex markets. Especially they are popular in terms of trading. And I can't mention the names.
I'm sure they're on Instagram.
Exactly.
Some of them.
One thing that I just wish to change in this Forex industry, it's how we approach it. It's the character that we portray to the people that we need to change, because there's millions, we are rich, we are this. People are going to come with that mindset that I am definitely going to make money. And they're going to forget the first steps, which are getting educated about Forex trading.
Is there a relationship between Forex and crypto?
Crypto, it's ke currency e leng gore ke a mo maranyaneng ya like say for example BTC ke sengwe se le gore
or Bitcoin,
yes ke sengwe se formulweng ke batho go mo maranyaneng and then forex we are speaking of madi amahatsi bo euro bo dollar bo BWP bo go tsara rekisa yana that's forex trading, like having to sell pula against ranta. That's the exchange rate.
So you there's no connection between
in the crypto and the
yeah.
Yes, they are different. Same applies to stocks.
Yeah, but are you teaching any of those, or you are just focusing on forex only?
No, the method that I teach applies if one wishes to purchase stock, if one wishes to purchase crypto, the method that I teach for trader applies in everything. Yes. So let's say you can buy.
So do you trade crypto?
Yes, I do trade crypto against the dollar.
How is the market now?
The market now is falling. Like it's around 45,000 bitcoins.
US dollar.
Bitcoin one ile kana le 45,000 USD. That is about.
It used to be a lot worse than that.
Yes, crypto Bitcoin in about 2010 and $100. So I did not have that knowledge. Rather, what we did, the pyramid schemes. So it's echo. Ke tsone tse di deceiving. Ke tsone tse di dirileng gore ripole le gore sengwe se se motlhofu. Ke tsone se sentseng crypto. Nowadays how go the crypto molomo a kana I know I'm not going to do that. But in the platform that we trade with,
well, not more. Even experts like Warren Buffett, it's insanity.
Exactly.
It's insane
because
to
it's
trade in
easier
when there's no tangible underlying asset.
Exactly.
No underlying value.
Exactly.
Why should you trade in something like that?
That's the thing. It's easier for crypto to just cripple and fall.
Yeah.
Because it's not regulated by mafatsi akamadi currencies.
Yeah. As we near the conclusion of our conversation, sir, what can you tell me about the company going down 2-3 decades? What is your forecast?
Yes, well, like I did mention, my main goal is to try give Botswana the freedom to change lives through trading in the financial markets. So the two tse le gore ke di fa Botswana ke letsa go bona dipalo tsa batho ba ile gore ba ntse ba sokola ka le tlhokola ditiro ba ntse ba sokola ka go itshetsa. With the knowledge ke ba e fang, I wish to see life changing, and I wish to see myself, like I did say, this building university na go bua le wena na go and make an university.
Well, I'll build another one for you.
Exactly. That's how my ambition is. You know, to serve and to educate, because now I failed to get educated. But I wish to see whatever material.
Those who could argue are even more educated than some professors.
Yeah.
Education to me is are you able to apply it
exactly
to better the lives of others and your own life?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be an academy.
Definitely.
What else?
We have 4 months operating, and we are gonna looking at the rate. Batswana are interested in learning how to trade. We are gonna need a bigger space, and we are going to teach Batswana how to trade. And with like giving, charitable organizations, those are the things going forward. And helping and supporting others. That is something learn forex trade in Botswana, learn Nahela in person. We are definitely looking forward to helping people.
All right, I was going to ask you about arbitrage. Do you know about that?
Not really.
Okay, I've heard of arbitrage as a way of trading Okay, maybe these are complex ideas now.
Okay.
Do you have a question for me as we close?
Personal or
Any, as long as it's
no? It's not a question,
hmm.
but it is my pleasure, like to see myself. Like I've always spoke to my wife, like Mr. Mogobe, he's one man all I'm looking up to,
Thank you.
and I wish to see myself someday, sitting with him and like I talk with podcasting hela.
Yeah.
Na kong hela ke ntse lwane ke gore Mr. Mogobe, I've achieved this, and this is because of the motivation that I've always okay but go bona hela hale it gives me courage
Wow.
to want to see myself being somewhere in life and changing matelo in general
Through Forex. I've chosen property and business. When I've chosen Forex.
lemo property ke a horo
Yeah.
ke a hot,
When now you've chosen Forex.
er,
Okay. Share with them your contacts. Yeah. And first leave them with one inspirational message to wrap up, and then after that your contacts.
Okay, thank you ke a leboga listeners, ke a leboga viewers gore sengwe se ke batla go se go bolelela hela ke gona gore this industry, it is not what people think it is in terms of success, in terms of how easy one can become a millionaire. It takes courage, it takes determination for one to succeed in this industry. Industry, the only bad thing about it is because there's so many people doing bad things in the name of Forex trading. But I am here as the director of Learn Forex Trading Botswana. Ke tlo go le nela kitso, ke tlo go le ruta more about this financial markets thing. Ke a le leboga, and go tlogela mogala wa me ke 74439097. If one has questions related to the financial markets, know that le na le ngwana wa mo gae o le ka lebagane le ene mo matlhong e be le ka kgona go botsolosa so that you get to understand in depth. Ke a leboga se.
Kopo ka ra gore o ska bela ra raela sa go scama batswana ka tsela epe.
No is
Ke lapisitse ke di scam
exactly.
in this particular area ne ke a ke ipoletse gore le go interview motho wa Forex. Ya no ka gore you are my tenant and you are also a very nice guy, friendly guy.
Thank you, sir.
I felt persuaded to let you come in. But let me conclude by saying, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The young man is accessible. Which floor?
Fourth floor.
You told them already.
Fourth floor. Ke go fourth floor. Me go tla go rona ba gaetso. You need to appoint because of the traffic. You need to call mo number en yona 74439097 to make an appointment.
And WhatsApp? It's also WhatsApp.
Yeah, this is the same number for WhatsApp.
Okay. And then of course, if you are interested in the book, you call 397-1368. Otherwise, we are available here at Mogobe Plaza. If you're interested in real estate mentorship, you can join the next cohort. If you're interested in entrepreneurship mentorship, you can also use the same number to join the next cohort. But for now, please strike the subscribe button, and thank you for taking your precious time to be with us. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.